all you awesome faces, welcome to another episode on the Mindful server. I'm a Randomobsessor as always. So, it's been a little bit since I've been actually literally on the server. I got on like the other day. The reason is because, oh my god, I've had an eventful Christmas. And I hope you guys had a fun Christmas time too, or whatever holiday you celebrate. Personally, I do a mixture of Hanukkah and Christmas. Mostly Christmas, because, well, it's just easier. Honestly, that's how my family rolls. If something's easier, that's what we do. Today isn't going to be your traditional episode. I'm just going to update you on the things that I failed to do before I left. And I'll complain about things that happened on my vacation. We'll just work on the pathway down from here because we need to safety this up. First, before we get into this, shout out to MC Pro Hosting, who is our wonderful sponsor of our server. They are awesome, and they're so awesome that you yourself can get a discount on your first month of hosting. Put in the code MINDFUL at checkout, and you'll get 20% off for your first month. So one thing that I did miss, the biggest thing, was a Christmas event. This Christmas event that we had on the server was a Secret Santa fun time. Oh, look, Lautner joined. And we all picked from a little dispenser thing that Raven, who is a new member on the server, I think I forgot to mention her forever ago, but she is awesome. Check her out. Raven set up a dispenser that gave you the name of a person that would be your Secret Santa to gift. People did Secret Santa stuff and put their Secret Santa things under the tree. And I did the same thing. I said I got the name I got, which I will show you once we get over to the tree. And yeah, everybody put the gifts under the tree, put a name on the presents that people got, and yada yada yada. Sadly, I missed out on that while everybody else was doing it. And I tried so hard to have it prepared for while I was gone, but I just did not have the time at all. I think I have 4 or 5 series going on the channel at the same time. It's kind of nuts. I need to figure out my life with that, but that's just how it is. This thing is so far away. Oh, this is so cute. I didn't realize somebody decorated the portal. All right, before we go in here, shout out to both Copper and Panda. I'll smack their full names on the screen. It's just easier to say short ones. They are the ones that pretty much did all the work here. The most I did, along with Lautner's help, was get some of the heads. But I'll show you. I'll point them out. Place is super cute, especially, I feel like there's more to it after I've left. Oh my god, they overdid it. It's so cute. Christmas wrappers? Present wrapper. Right-click dropped items to wrap them into... That's cute. Okay, see all these cute little hanging doohickeys? These are all heads that Lautner and I found. So we murdered each other to get all of these. Every little head you find, except for most of the presents, are from us. I think we were this one too. It's just hilarious. And look, the little houses are decorated. There's even an evil elf. Let's murder him. And this village was here. They just tweaked it a little bit. Super cute. And look, the bells. This annoying thing, that was bright as heck on yourself as the person thing, skin thing. Anyway, but yeah, look, all of these are just, they're done cutely. This is a little dinner table. I can't. My heart. And we found cookies on this website thing we found all the heads on. Just so cute. But remember, all of these, including this milk, I would say about 90% of these were done via murder. So Lautner and I did a little murder spree on each other. And then they put this cute little wall thing. Wait, what's in here? Ah, sneaky storage. I see. This is where they put their storage. Okay, we'll pretend this wasn't here, because the outside is adorable. Just, oh! And I might have something under the tree. The name I pulled was Madam. So, yeah, this is hers. She took everything already. Oh, and apparently Madam gave gifts to everybody. So, Lautner, hilariously to me. Onto diamonds, some iron, heck yeah, cookies, 2 stacks of wood at Madam's lumber shop for free, heck yeah, a Madam head and more iron. Thank you so much, Madam. Merry Christmas to you. Okay, let's get us, I guess, to... Did I not get anything? Was Madam my secret person? Because she was mine. It doesn't really matter. Let's go back over to my house, or my neck of the woods. There's one more thing I have to explain, and then I could get into complaining about my life this Christmas. And there's only one thing to really complain about. Everything else was fine. It's just you'll understand. Actually, 2 things. Here's what we're gonna have to talk about before we get into the chit chat I want to have with you guys. Size and shape wise, this is perfect. Just everything else kind of looks me on it. So this is going to be my mansion that I've been trying to make. So it's going to be just a big building. One side is going to be all glass, kind of like a dollhouse. So you can see each layer to each thing. It's kind of like an open dollhouse. That's the idea. It may end up looking okay. It may not, but I'm going to do it anyway. But this flooring, I think I went a little too yucky on it. Like these look good separately, but together, like this entryway as well as the exit way, I guess you could call that one, to the triangle-y bits coming out, it's a bit much, do you think? This is something I'll do another episode. This episode, I just don't want to deal with it. I don't want to look at it. It looks good, it's just, it's yes. For the moment, I've been talking about my Christmas. To start things off, I get to my parents' place on Christmas. By the way, we're going with Birch for stairs and stuff. Haha, sucks to be everybody else that one doesn't like Birch. But anyway, so I got to my parents' place about a week before Christmas. Everything was pretty normal, yada yada. Christmas Eve, so my mom and I woke up early in order to, get everything ready food-wise and all that. And we had a bunch of things to cook. So it was like, we had these two types of mashed potatoes that we had to make. One was sweet potatoes, one was mashed potatoes. Another thing we had to make was ham, and another thing was salmon. Well, the salmon turned out not to be as important, but the ham was the big thing. Salmon was just bonus points, pretty much. My brother is vegetarian, so that's the context there. He could eat fish, just nothing else. But, meat-wise, that's his thing. So we get one of the sweet potatoes all pretty much done during the day or during the morning. Only part of that was done. We just got peeling them and mashing them a bit, but they had to still be baked. We get to the oven at one point and we find out the oven isn't working on Christmas Eve, the day of cooking everything like psychopaths. It was just me and my mom there because everybody else was coming in that night to get food. So yeah, not only was the oven not working, the stove broke. So we couldn't just fudge it on a stove. So everything cooking-wise, except a microwave, was broken. If you know any rules, you don't microwave raw food. Just don't. If you microwave raw stuff, Lautner, you are bad. I'm kidding. He told me a story once and I'm giving him crap. Anyway, my sister lives about 20 minutes away from my parents, which is really not that far of a drive. So I said, hey, Mom, how about we go to insert sister's name here's place, so that I could cook the food with her and we could hang out. And for some reason, Mother Dearest was not a fana. She just said, oh, that'd be too much work. We could just eat the cold stuff from the fridge. We had cold snacks and stuff. And I was like, no, we worked for hours this morning, got up early to do this. We are doing this, and it's going to be Christmassy, and you're going to deal with it. After a little bit of back and forth, kind of arguing, I just decided to call my sister on speaker with my mom right there. And she wasn't too happy about me doing that, but I didn't care. Also, keep in mind, guys, I know I sound 13. Lots of people say that. I'm freaking 30. I'm old. I'm an old person. So, me doing something like that, there's good reason when I do stuff like that. Gotta see how this looks from below. Maybe I'll just get away with it going all the way down. I think I'll try that. Okay, sorry, distracted. To continue on, my sister, of course, says yes once I explain the whole situation to her, and I knew she was going to say yes because it is not a big deal thing. Plus, the worst she could say is no, and we could order Chinese food. It's really not a big deal. So I ended up packing my parents' one and only car. Keep in mind, my parents are old. They're pretty old. They'd be accepted in an old folks' home with open arms. So I packed their only car they have. It's full of all the food and half the presents I still have to wrap because I was planning on just wrapping them that night anyway, so it worked out. I get to my sister's place. Everything works out fine. We chit-chat. We do our sibling stupidity thing, as you do. Then eventually we get ourselves over to my parents' place with the food still pretty warm in the car. It was warm enough, we didn't need a microwave really, but we noticed it's starting to get a little bit chillier in the house, and before I left, my mom and I weren't too sure if the heater was just broken or if we were just cold or chillier than usual. We come to figure out that the heater is in fact broken on Christmas Eve, and this is a cold state they live in. It was going to be 12 degrees Fahrenheit that night. In fact, it was 12 degrees Fahrenheit that night. and the night after. By some Christmas miracle, there was a heater guy that came out. And so a guy came out, he checked out everything, and he realized it's really an electric issue that's a problem, which makes sense with the heater, with the stove and stuff not working. He just wasn't able to try his best to turn it on. The poor guy didn't know what to do. He's not an electrician, but yeah, he said we needed an electrician. To this day, I think my parents are still struggling to get one. Luckily, that guy did have some extra heaters that they could donate to people, let them borrow until their heating started working again. He gave us all of them because, as I said before, my parents are old. Therefore, they get cold. I just rhymed by accident. So that night, like I said, it did get to 12 degrees Fahrenheit. So for Celsius people, it's probably negative 44 bajillion degrees. I don't know what it would be, but it is burr. Like, you see your breath. And that night, oh my goodness, I did legitimately see my breath in my own childhood room, and I never thought that I would experience that. Oh my gosh, it was cold. But luckily, my mom loves to switch out blankets from time to time, so she'll buy really pretty blankets online that she likes, and then switch people's blankets on their beds and stuff. So my closet happened to have 2 spare blankets, and I already had 3 blankets because I stole one from in my brother's room. Actually, no, I didn't. It was one that I think my mom put it in my room, but it was my brother's originally. I don't know. I had 3 blankets already, but they weren't going to be enough. They were thin. So these nice, delicious, thick blankets from my closet, oh my gosh, they were perfect. I was so cozy. I wore a bunch of layers on top of myself. It was really cozy. I was so cozy that night. And it didn't feel that bad, but it was still very, very, very burr. My parents didn't have the most fun time because, what's the theme of this episode? My parents are old. I'm gonna leave these in case you want to sideways it. So Christmas Day, the way we celebrated and survived, I would say more so survived, we were all in our living room, which we usually do anyway, but we brought all the heaters in there, and it was still cold. It was cozy and cold at the same time. Kind of a weird mix. But yeah, that's just my experience with Christmas and Christmas Day. After that, somehow I think the heater guy got in touch with a friend of his and figured out how to temporarily fix my parents' problem, which is great, but at the same time they need to get an electrician. But yeah, that's just Christmas that I had to deal with. Here is the fun story of coming home. If you follow me on Twitter, which if you don't, you should, because I tweet a lot and I need attention, you would know that thanks to a certain lovely airline that rhymes with smashed, I'm kidding, there's no rhyming word for it. It's Southwest Airlines. You would know that Southwest did a big boo-boo. Like, a serious boo-boo during Christmas time. Apparently, it was a mixture of a glitch in their booking software or something, and there was a big blizzard in one of the northern states. So I'm in Texas, so I don't have to worry about the snow or anything, so I'm just like, okay, whatever on that. But due to this issue, thousands and thousands of flight cancellations were happening. Or delays. You were lucky if you got a delay. My first flight home, it got canceled. So out of panic that morning that I woke up, which to be honest, I forgot which day that was, I quickly found a flight, didn't even bother asking anybody who would be able to pick me up or whatever, what airport and stuff would work. I was just like, I'll pick the earliest one and deal with it. So I chose one. It happened to be on New Year's Eve, which sucked. Because I like to party sometimes. I have my little moments, and I like to at least be available, even if friends don't end up doing anything. So New Year's Eve comes around, I just get myself an Uber. On my way to the airport, I get the lovely, lovely, lovely info from the airline. Little update, if you will. That my new flight has been delayed. Oh boy, my favorite. I at first was like, okay, that's annoying, but if it's just a little delay, that's fine. It was really foggy at that airport, so I was like, okay, you know what? That's annoying, but acceptable. So it was at first just delayed by maybe a couple hours, the most. But then, on my way there, in the Uber, I kept getting update after update after update saying, your flight's been delayed more. Your flight's been delayed more. By the time I get to the airport, my flight has been delayed by almost 2 hours, and I am getting very nervous. And then it gets delayed by another full hour. So it's up to 3 hours delayed. Thankfully, by the 3-hour delayed mark, it stopped updating and my flight got to take off. And the pilot's excuse was that they were changing a tire on the plane. I feel like, no. I feel like that's not what happened. But, you know, it's what it is. But yay, I'm home. Finally, I can make videos again. I'm literally so excited. I missed my stuff. I missed my bed mostly, honestly. Other than the freezing cold I had to deal with. It was a pretty good Christmas. But I hope you guys had a good Christmas time too, and holidays and all that fun stuff. If you want to get one more little detail on these, just to make them look a little cuter and a bit more secure, honestly. I like security. I didn't really check the height of this when I was building it. I want to see how the height goes. So I'm not sure if I want this higher or not. Wait a minute, what? I couldn't find the tree. Happy holidays? Oh, this is my gift. Okay. Whoa. Holy. Ooh. I actually need these. Oh my gosh. Okay, wait. I got obsidian. I need that for a portal over here, actually. Emeralds. That's a lot. Silk touch. Mending. That's perfect for my pick that I lost. Oh, it's a Jezian. She was my Secret Santa. Thank you. Oh, that's awesome! Oh my gosh, that's awesome! Thank you so much. Yeah, the colors complement each other, and I can't wear it as usual. I decided to make the bottom two special because, duh, they're special. And all the way up, it should be even enough to keep everything lit up. Plus, these are stairs anyway, so it should be okay. Even the flat areas are pretty well lit. It actually worked out where it landed on the flat areas so pretty well. Let me know if there's something else you want me to build on this. I think this looks okay. I just wanted this to be a nice, lazy way to climb up and down if I'm out of rockets and stuff. I didn't make this a legit mountain area looking thing, though. It'll make this look a little smaller, but this is a big area anyway. Alright, my friends, thank you so much for watching this little brief, I guess, more of a rundown of past stuff episode update thing. I will see you in the next one. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and all that good stuff. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye! There it is at night. Kind of pretty.